One of the biggest mistakes I see Uber and Lyft drivers make has nothing to do with low-paying rides. It happens before the passenger even gets in the car. Drivers will spend 12, 15, sometimes even 20 minutes driving to a pickup without realizing they're already losing money. That's why I follow what I call the 10-minute rule. It's simple, it's easy to remember, and it can save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars over the course of a year. Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, my name is Chris and welcome to the Rideshare Guy. And if you're trying to maximize profits instead of just staying busy, hit subscribe because that's exactly what we cover here. All right, so let's talk about the problem. Most drivers evaluate offers based on one thing. What does the ride pay? But that's only half the question. You also have to ask, how much is it costing me just to get there? Every mile to the pickup, every minute driving empty, every stoplight, every gallon of gas, every bit of wear or tear on your vehicle, you're paying for all of that before the trip even begins. Those are what I call dead miles, and dead miles don't make you money. So here's my rule. If the pickup is more than 10 minutes away, I'm probably declining it. And this is just on Uber. On Lyft, it's actually shorter than that. So if it's about 6, 7 minutes away and only a couple of miles, then I will probably accept it if the ride is worth it. But anything longer than that for the pickup, automatic decline. The reason is because of the Lyft switcheroo. So even though you might not have it turned on, you could potentially still lose the ride because you're too far away, and therefore it's just wasting away when it comes to dead miles. So Uber and Lyft are completely different when that, because when you accept a ride on Uber, you are the driver. When you accept a ride on Lyft, that's not necessarily the case. You still could potentially lose that ride. And getting back to the 10-minute rule, once you get beyond 10 minutes, the odds of that ride being profitable are already starting to drop, especially in cities. So you might ask, why 10 minutes? Well, think about what happens. Let's say it's a 10-minute pickup for a 15-minute trip. Passenger pays, you get paid, sounds good. But in reality, you've already driven 10 minutes for free. That means your total time isn't 15 minutes. It's actually 25. So now calculate that in your hourly earnings. Include that in your mileage. Include your expenses. The ride suddenly doesn't look nearly as attractive. Remember, dead miles matter more than drivers think. One thing newer drivers don't track enough is dead miles. The app only shows the miles with passenger. Sure, you could see the distance and time to pick up, but in reality, you're not really getting paid for that. Doesn't remind you that you drove 6 or 7 miles just to get there. Those miles count. Remember, gas, oil changes, tires, brakes, depreciation, insurance, everything. Your car doesn't know whether someone's sitting in the back seat or not. This is where you have to have the right mindset, the business mindset. So this is where treating rideshare like a business really matters. So imagine owning a pizza shop. You wouldn't send a delivery driver 15 miles away for a $6 order. You'd lose money. Uber is asking you to do exactly that every day. The difference is, you get to decide whether you accept it or not. Now, of course, there are times when you break the rule, and this is called a rule. It's not a law. So there are absolutely times you may want to drive more than 10 minutes. Let's talk about that. So the first exception is surge pricing. So if there's a major surge, like a concert ending, a football game, which I kind of want to stay away from, but if you're driving to those, New Year's Eve, it absolutely is relevant if you are going to drive further than that. Again, this is more so on Uber than it is on Lyft. If you take a longer pickup on Lyft, again, you still run the chance of losing that ride. But during these cases, you're not going to evaluate the pickup anymore. You're going to evaluate the total earning opportunity. So maybe you pick up a surge ride, then another, and another. Now that long pickup paid for itself. Another exception is if you're in a rural market. If you drive in a rural area, 10 minutes may be completely normal, maybe 20. Maybe 25. It could be depending on where it is. So there's simply not enough drivers. Your average pickup could be well over that 10 minutes. It could be 12, 15 or more. If that's your market, don't compare yourself to somebody driving downtown Chicago. It just doesn't work that way. Compare yourself to your own market. The goal isn't following an arbitrary number. It's understanding whether the pickup makes financial sense where you drive. Another exception is potentially airports. So airports are another unique situation. Maybe the pickup is 12 minutes away, but once you arrive, you're getting someone headed maybe 30 miles, or you position yourself for another busier area. Sometimes that's worth it. Other times you drive 15 minutes only to sit in the traffic, wait another 10 minutes, then get a short ride, and that's where experience comes in. So you have to definitely look at the rides that are coming in, figure out whether that trip is actually going to be worth it for you or not. Now, another exception is destination trips. Another time you may break the rule if the ride takes you exactly where you wanted to go. So maybe it's going to be towards downtown. Maybe it's towards home. Maybe it's towards a busier area. The pickup isn't just part of the ride anymore. It's helping reposition you. So what should drivers really ask? So instead of asking, should I accept this? Ask yourself, how many dead miles am I driving? How much time am I spending before getting paid? Is this taking me towards better rides? Am I likely to make that time back? Would I still accept this if I looked at it as a business owner? Those questions will usually give you the answer. Now, what about acceptance rate? This is where some drivers get nervous. But Chris, won't my acceptance rate drop? Yeah, maybe. And that's okay. Your acceptance rate doesn't pay your bills. Profit does. You aren't trying to accept the most rides. You're trying to accept the best rides. So what are my final thoughts? The 10-minute rule isn't about being picky. It's about putting value on your time. Sometimes you'll break it. Sometimes you'll ignore it. But having a simple rule like this keeps you from accepting every long pickup or every ride that pops up on your screen. Because once you start paying attention to those dead miles, you'll realize some of the rides you thought were making you money were actually costing you money. I don't know. What's your rule? Do you have a pickup limit? 5 minutes? 10? 15? Do you do it by mileage? Or do you calculate every ride differently? Let me know in the comments. Now, if you want to know the 5 numbers that every Uber and Lyft driver should know, check out this video right here. Make sure you hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.